Okay folks, it's a wet day today. There's been wet weather forecast for the next week in Sydney. Well, we don't always know how accurate the news reports are because it changes all the time. When I deal with the weather news, I take it with a grain of salt to a certain extent. I don't like the weekly forecasts. I prefer just to go day by day because it always changes and it just seems pointless knowing what's supposed to be knowing. And I do forget. I don't have a good memory for things. I can't remember 7 days forecast, so I have to take it basically day by day. Trying to use my intuition here, folks. Okay, let's see what we have. We have here, it says girls only, and it's the English, the Union Jack, well, you know, the English flag, but in Australia we have it as as what's called the Union Jack in the Australian flag. But let's see what we can do with this piece, see if we can make it look any good. Sorry I didn't show that perhaps very well. I just put a new micro SD card in this phone, so it's ready to go with some more demos. Anyway, that looks interesting. I would have liked more angle like that. Trying to think how we're going to make it, although there is a bit of a pattern there. Still not going to look all that crash. I'm just trying to think. Maybe we could use it. Maybe we could just cut a bit off there. I don't know. It's not an easy one to do. We're just going to try another piece, another movement of our girl. It's a bit sexist, this folder, but it's like that in this world. We've got all these sexist ideas, you know, boys only, girls only, men only, women only, whatever you want to call it. Sexism. Anyway, I think that's a much better piece. It looks interesting and we can just cut it there and make it into a nice mirror. So, but it's really interesting how this works. Boys only, girls only. Fuck it. I have managed to cut back my caffeine consumption this morning. Instead of having it before I demo, I had 2 cups of coffee, but I haven't had an energy drink, so I shouldn't be shaking too much today, hopefully, and not be so clumsy on the buttons. Trying to save it for when I'm relaxed and just uploading my demos. Just relax while I do that, because demoing can be quite nerve-wracking, and that makes the shakes even more pronounced. Is that demoing does have a very stressful component to it. A lot of pressure on myself to perform. So try to make things work as well as they should. I always seem to do at least 1 or 2 demos or more where I'm just not happy with how it turned out, and that does put a certain amount of pressure on me. And whether the tone is going to hold out or run out, when I'm going to get it, all these things come into my mind when I'm demoing. Anyway, that looks interesting. I do think you get rid of some of that background. It's a little bit backgroundy even though it looks nice and bright. But I'm really missing my partner Luigi, and I'm trying to get myself on free-to-air primetime news TV. And it's not as easy as it looks. I'm trying to get these works to go up there. I'm trying to locate a lost loved one. His name is Luigi, and it's really not easy trying to get the TV channels to start airing my material. It's really not as easy as it looks trying to... I got that around the wrong way. That's how it goes. So yeah, that one there and that one there. So I'm trying to get my work out there to get in touch with this person called Luigi. He's Italian, for your information. I really miss him sadly. He's really beautiful. I just feel sad without him. And that is another thing, you know, not knowing if this stuff is good enough for the airing. I know most news channels prefer to air things that they're familiar with, like murders and rapes and COVID-19, which is a big ticket item, crime, house fires, car chases, all sorts of shit to do with crime and suffering. And I don't know why they can't just... I know this stuff that I have is untested. It's not tested. It hasn't been tested with time or even. So I'm trying to get the news channels to find this stuff interesting and worthy of being an item to find my partner. So yeah. Anyway, that's come up looking a treat. I think now we can call it quits.